welcome back to Good Morning Sri Lanka. And of course, we've been talking to our three lovely ladies from Women in Management, and of course, we've been talking about their backgrounds, the objective of Women in Management, and why it is what it is today, the objectives, where it's come to, and of course, the different kind of backgrounds that our guests here have. But right now, we're going to move on to the award ceremony itself. Now, the award ceremony, correct me if I'm wrong, takes place on the 25th of July, and we want to talk about the categories and so on. But before we go into any of that, let's talk about how the award ceremony originated. Sulochana, you know best about this because obviously it's your brainchild. But let's talk a little bit about how that started up.
Now, when the objective was clear in 2010, we thought we have to find the right people who can be the idol for people to look at. So it's normal in Sri Lanka, you have to get the branded people and people to, because the award ceremony has to be, we have to brand in a high this thing. When we looked at Colombo, all the hotels were booked. Then we were wondering, okay, the date was fixed where we are going to start it. Then we went to the Tamarind Tree. Actually, it was in Katunayaka. And people said, do you think people will come to Tamarind Tree from Colombo? I said, so WIM is always doing extraordinary, why don't we see? And when we announced the awards and everything, to our surprise, we actually at that time, we must started in 2010.
So it was just a year, just a couple of months?
Couple of months. Yeah. We had only 25 members, right? And because we take members above senior level. So it was like, people was thought, okay, she's really crazy. And some people said she doesn't have gray hair. So I always said, I have colored my hair. And how can she identify the best women? But when we had the awards and when we announced the winners, to my surprise and to all the ladies, we had an audience of 120. And all the media people covered it. And the first award woman was the Otara. And also Mrs. Nanakara, because they were at that time in 2010, they were the only idol we were looking at. Then Sami Samadani Sirivardhana. While when we were giving the awards, we ensured that they will carry the message which is behind the awards. That was the real reason, and we ensured to give them the message that this is for all the women in Sri Lanka, not only for the Colombo. This is for rural women also, because we ensure to invite at least one rural woman for the awards. And it has started with one woman. Now for awards, I'm happily saying at least 25 women compete with these Colombo ladies. That is, I think, now the fourth time we have, little by little, even though we were small, we have achieved the objective, because women are heading Sri Lankan economy. The World Bank has said 7.5% has predicted in the 4 years time, and the development it's come from tea, garment industry. Who's running that? Women. And when women running the economy, why we are just waiting? We should find the real women and award them
and recognize them. Ramya, of course, in the last 4 years, the organization has grown quite large, and of course, the award ceremony also has grown to being something a lot different to what it was. But also, that being said, it also differentiates from other award ceremonies that are women focused. Can you talk to us a little bit about how different WIM award ceremony really is from the
award
others?
Ceremony is what I have noticed is that I have seen practically every sector being represented. I've seen very in-depth assessment being made about the caliber of candidates that have been selected. I've seen WIM going the extra mile to find judges with passion and very high caliber judges. I've also seen them doing a lot of work behind the scenes to even on the selection of categories for that particular year based on, I think, certain economic conditions and certain social prevailing conditions at the time. And we've also looked at people, honoring people and focusing on people who would make a significant difference as Sulo said, in not only in the respective disciplines that they are already at, but going out of their comfort levels. Because I've seen these ladies getting up early in the morning and like doing their thing. So the awards are centric on those sort of qualities that they see in people who will give back to the community, not only to the city but to the entirety of Sri Lanka.
All right, we need to talk to you about a lot more things on the other side of this break. Of course, this is a small song break. We're going into the His Coldplay with Paradise. When we come back, let's talk about the genre of excellence. All of that on the other side. Stay with us. Welcome back to Good Morning Sri Lanka. And of course, we've been talking to our three guests today, talking about women in management. Of course, the award ceremony that's about to take place on the 25th of July. But there's one particular category which is a genre of excellence. And I think for those who may not know a lot about that, what does the genre of excellence really mean?
Right. The word mean, genre, is precious, right? Unique, and also is extraordinary. And you talk about that, bringing that the hidden talent, hidden gems. You see, in Sri Lanka, as Sulochana correctly said, women are doing so much for this society, and by nature women always talk about and think about others, motivating others, bringing their life up. As a mother, sister, daughter, this is what we are doing. So WIM has taken a leadership to find that hidden gem and sharpen it and recognize them. That is what we are trying to do. And then not only that, genre of excellence mean we don't want to give award, because all our award winners are now part and parcel of women doing work for women. That is what we believe, because we believe practically you have to in it. You need to empower, you need to share your knowledge and empower and lift the life of another woman. That is what it is.
That is what it is. We'll talk about the categories and so on a little later on. But Sulochana, what is the role of WIM in women's empowerment? Obviously, you do a lot of work. Well, let's talk a little bit about the role that you play.
Yeah, the empowerment is giving the power. Giving the power means just not feeding. You can feed a person 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. But we believe empowerment is giving them the fishing rod, not the fish. But it's not easy, because Sri Lanka, I think people are lot dependency policies. People just want to live for that day. I think the war has made us to not to dream again. So the people whom we are working with are like, the women, they don't have a dream. They're scared to dream. So our empowerment is first giving them the beliefs. First believe in yourself, helping them to love themselves. Because from Sri Lanka, 52% are women, right? And 57% are women voters in Sri Lanka. We say our politicians are bad. Who's putting them to this thing? Women. If we are 57, then we are from Swiss side, we are the second. If women are 52%, if women are 57%, then the internet, unwanted, this thing, we are the first. Alcoholism, we are the third. We are having the rating number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But women are the highest in Sri Lanka. If women has been empowered, those can be high. So we believe, first we believe we have to give them the self-esteem which they have lost. If you speak to them whom we are training and we are talking, they will ask the simple question, what for? Why we are living? Whenever I ask the question before they do something, I say, just answer me, why are you living? Then they are looking at me as, see, why are you asking me that question? I said, empowerment won't start if you don't know why you are living.
What you're living for.
Yeah, and your children. We have, yesterday also there was a baby, infant was put in Katnayaka Road. We will just curse the mother or anything, but we have to look at why she has done that. if there has been right empowerment. Empowerment means not just giving the money or not the skills. Give him the inner strength, inner belief. Let them live again. Let them be happy for born in Sri Lanka as a woman. That is, I call empowerment.